Toronto. Preliminary information suggests that at approximately 10 p.m., 911 received multiple calls regarding a man who was shooting at people on Danforth Avenue. Police officers located the man on Bowden Avenue, and there was an exchange of gunfire between police and the man. The man fled the scene on foot, and he was located a very short time later on Danforth Avenue, deceased. He had sustained a gunshot wound. The SIU has assigned 6 investigators and 3 forensic investigators to this case. Investigators have processed the scene, collected evidence, and they are continuing to interview anyone who may have information about what transpired. The SIU's investigation is focused on what happened between police officers and the man on Bowden Avenue. Whatever happened on Danforth Avenue is part of the Toronto Police Service's investigation. We are asking anyone who may have information to contact the unit at 1-800-787-8529. Anyone who may have video evidence is urged to send that to the SIU, and that can be uploaded on our website at www.siu.on.ca. The SIU is still working on confirming the identity of the man. What I can tell you is that there is a post-mortem scheduled for tomorrow morning in Toronto at 9:30. That is a preliminary information we have. We are still confirming whether that is correct. How the man sustained his injury and what transpired is part of the SIU's investigation. As you can appreciate, it's very early in the investigation, and those are all facts that we are trying to get to the bottom of. The SIU is in possession of the man's handgun.
Did he have other weapons on him or other devices that could cause harm?
That is still part of the SIU's investigation. Those are things that we are determining. It's very early on, and we are looking into all of that. Designations are still underway in terms of subject and witness officers, so we are still working on that.
In terms of the exchange of gunfire, how long are we talking?
I can't get into time right now. That's all information that we are trying to determine. We are urging anyone who may have information to send that to the SIU. Contact us at 1-800-787-8529. And again, it's still very early. We are looking for anything anyone may be able to share with us. With respect to how many officers were exchanged, there were 2 officers that were involved in the exchange of gunfire with the man.
Are you working alongside any other agencies like the RCMP?
The SIU is investigating what transpired on Bowden, and the SIU, as you know, Toronto Police Service is also investigating part of what transpired.
Vehicle affiliated with this man that was at the scene?
I don't have that information. Sorry, how large was the crime scene? I don't know how many meters, but I know it started sort of in the Danforth-Logan Avenue area, and the interaction with the officers happened on Bowden Avenue, just off of Danforth.
He had a gunshot. What else do you know about the nature of his injuries? Where he was shot? One gunshot wound?
All I can confirm is the man did sustain a gunshot injury.
To where?
I can't confirm that at this point in time.
What time did that happen, the gunshot wound?
The police were called at about 10 p.m. and other than that, I can't confirm any other times right now.
Was there a police cruiser involved in your investigation?
There was a police cruiser that was towed this morning and taken to a facility for examination, and that was the cruiser that the officers were in who were involved with the man.
What happened with the rear window?
Sorry?
What happened with the rear window?
With the word? It'll all be part of the SIU's investigation.
No injuries to any officers?
Not to my knowledge. You asked if there were injuries to the officers. Not to my knowledge. You would have to ask the Toronto Police Service about that.
Does the man know the police? Do we know anything more about him? Is he from Toronto?
The man is from Toronto, and whether he was known to police or not, you would have to ask the police.
Is he from the area?
The man is from Toronto, and that's all I can tell you. The nature of the interaction will be part of the SIU's investigation.
Is there anyone else being investigated as a possible accomplice here?
The SIU is investigating the interaction between the man and police.
I believe there's someone here still working to identify him.
I don't have that information.
Once you do identify him, will you be released?
That's something we could look into. I don't have those details. It's hard to say how long any investigation will take. It depends on how long it takes to get all of the witnesses interviewed, to collect the evidence. In this case, we'll be relying on external agencies to share information with us, such as there's going to be a postmortem tomorrow. We'll be waiting for those results. We've got evidence that's going to the Center of Forensic Sciences. We'll have to wait on that information as well. So we need to conduct a thorough investigation, and that will take precedence over how long the investigation takes. I don't know about that. I haven't spoken to the investigators about that.
Just take us through again. So this man's walking down the stretch of Danforth, Carlaw and Broadview. He's firing shots, and where again did police interact with him and then he fled?
So the interaction between police and the man happened on Bowden Avenue, which is south of Danforth, which is off of Danforth Avenue, just south. So that's where the interaction happened with police, and the man fled the scene, and he was found within 100 meters on Danforth Avenue.
Shortly after he was found deceased?
Sorry?
Was he found deceased shortly after?
He was found deceased after the interaction.
At what point, where did police start pursuing him from? The interaction happened in Bowden, but where did police start pursuing him?
I don't have those details yet. I can only tell you that the interaction between police and the man, they located the man on Bowden Avenue, and that's where the exchange of gunfire took place. That'll also be part of the investigation.
Are you the policy to not release the name of the shooter unless there's permission that's granted to the family? Would you consider not following that policy, considering how high profile this is?
Well, so our policy is to not release names unless we have consent from the family. This is to respect the family's privacy and their wishes. In this particular case, we would have to take a look and see what the circumstances are. And if I am able to release a name, I will do so.
Is there any other devices or weapons found on the
The SIU did retrieve a weapon that belonged to the deceased. I can tell you that the SIU retrieved a firearm. What type, I can't get into specifics, but yeah.
But that was the only weapon recovered from the scene.
As far as I know, that is what the SIU retrieved from the man.
What kind of cooperation are you receiving from Toronto Police at this point? Did you supply notes and everything?
I don't know. From what I understand, the Toronto Police Service is cooperating with the SIU. You asked if we've received notes. I don't know those details yet. There's a bit of a process that goes into SIU investigations. Interviews have to be set up with the witness officers, and subject officers are also asked for interviews, and we're currently making those designations. So once we have those designations done, we can get all of that information.
Is there anything else found on the suspect that might give us an indication as to what the motive is?
I don't have any information on that.
Have any of the bodies associated with the suspect been searched?
I don't know.
Just for our viewers at home, can you just remind people how long the SIU has to conduct an investigation? There's no real deadline.
No. The SIU's investigation will take as long as it is necessary to conduct a thorough investigation. So there is no time limit. We need to conduct interviews, examine the evidence, get evidence examined that's been gone to other agencies for further analysis. So it takes as long as it needs to take.
The Toronto Police Chief mentioned just moments ago that there will be a search warrant executed soon. Will the SIU be taking part in this as well?
I don't know. My guess is yes, that we would have that information, but I don't know for sure. Yeah. We are still waiting to confirm the person's identity. And once we confirm that, then we can take the next step and see if we can release it.
Why do you need the families?
That's the information we have now, but of course we want to make sure that we are giving the right name if we do give it.
Why do you need the families?
So at this time, we are still waiting to confirm who the individual is. And once that confirmation has been made, then we can talk further about whether we will release that person's name. There are exceptional circumstances, so it's possible that we might be able to, but it's premature to talk about that at this point in time, until the man's name has been confirmed. Yeah. So you're asking how the SIU and the police service would work given that it's a parallel investigation. So our investigators are in touch with their investigators. The SIU is mandated to investigate any incident involving police where there's been serious injury or death. So we have a specific part of the investigation that we are interested in. The police are investigating something are investigating a whole different part of this incident. Correct. There will be some overlap, but the SIU it takes care of this investigation.
Can you confirm that if the suspect was actually shot during the exchange of fire?
I can't confirm that. All I can confirm is that the man did sustain a gunshot. I don't have any information on that. The SIU's investigation is focused on what happened between police and the man.
For the SIU, how large of an investigation is this compared to what you normally handle?
So like I said, the SIU's investigation is focused on what happened between police and the man, and regardless of the size of the investigation, the SIU sends as many investigators as necessary to conduct a thorough investigation. So whether there was one person shot or more than that, the SIU's investigation will always cater to that. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you.